Hello once again, everybody. All right, the purpose of this video is to guide people, kind of nudge people towards the SDR transceiver stuff. I think the number one thing I hear when I mention this stuff is like, hey man, you should check this stuff out. The number one thing I hear is, oh no man, I'm not good with computers. I'm not good, or I can't afford all this stuff. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need much, and you don't need to be good with the computers. You just have to know where to click and how to get around inside the software once you download it. I'm not great with computers either, so anyway, it's not that hard. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a bare bones setup, like a starter kit. Okay, we're not going to be using rack gear. We're not going to be using a big extravagant computer with the VST software like my Cakewalk. As you're going to see, we're going to use nothing but the audio processing tools that Thetis comes with. I'll show you that in a second. And the great thing about that, and once you're in there, you don't have to do anything. There's a lot of presets, profiles. You just click and click what profile you want to use, and all the audio processing is pre-set up, which makes it awesome. So what I did was, for this video here, I have a new mini computer. I'll leave a link in the description for all of this. You can see. Well, normally what I look for at least 16 gigabyte of RAM. But other than that, as you can see, it's not much. You don't need a big extravagant microphone either. So start with the mini computer, and there it is. Okay, next up here, I got specially for this video just a little USB microphone. That's it. Super cheap. Just to show you, you don't need much. In fact, right here, down here. See, look. See, she must be saying something really important. This mic really works. Got a coffee in her hand, laptop in the background. See, if it can work for her, it can work for you. So, all right. And then there's a Hermes light in the background. We're not going to be using the plus portion. We're not going to be using the phones or the mic input. Like I said, no rack gear or no virtual studio technology. We're going to be using Thetis only tools. Okay, so there's that. And right now, I'll make sure I leave a link for this. This is the link for, the page where you get the Thetis for the HL2. And as you can see, I already have it downloaded. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open that and get the, open it up on my computer so it's ready to use. So that's pretty much it. So we'll go through here. Let me get everything hooked up. Like I said, I pretty much have the computer hooked up, as you can see. But I'll hook up the Hermes Light 2 Plus to the mini computer, and we'll get the microphone hooked up. Okay, in fact, right now, let's go here. Let me, since I don't have the screen capture software on here, like I said, there's nothing on this computer. It's pretty much completely clean. I have this downloaded, so if you're gonna, hold on, let me move this box here. So if you're gonna download this, you will click on, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is, right there, that Thetis, right there. Once you click download, it'll put it on your computer, and then right here, we'll open that up. All right, I'll be back. Let me get this downloaded or opened up on the computer, and then we'll take it from here. Okay, on second thought here, I'll walk you through this, the installation. Or like I said, I accidentally downloaded it twice, so I'm going to pick one of these. Okay, so here we go. It's in my downloads. I'm going to double click it. See what happens here. All right, Windows protected your PC. You're going to click on More Info. Okay, Run Anyway. Okay, here we go. Click on Next. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Accept the terms and conditions. I'm going to click on Next. Sorry, trying to do this one hand here. Okay, me personally, I click on Complete, to complete installation. Okay, I'll click on Install. Okay, now this is going to take a while. Okay, see more details. Click on Yes. Okay, this is a brand new install, so it's going to take some time. Okay, so this is where you're going to have to, kick back and wait, let it do its thing. In a minute here, I'm not going to show you this whole thing because it'll take forever. Okay, let it do its thing. Hold on here, complete up to finish. Okay, yeah, this is a fresh install. Let's see what happens here. Let me move this. Well, maybe you don't. Wait a minute, HL2. Okay, you know what, at some point maybe I did put Thetis on here. If this is a fresh install, it's going to take a long, long time. But I already have Thetis on here. Let's go ahead and double click. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is a fresh install. Alright, you're going to have to let it go through and do this whole thing here. Maybe at some point I did. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyhow, you have to wait a good while. Wait till this runs through this whole process here. since it's a fresh install of the Hermes Light, the HL2 Thetis. So, all right, I'll be back, and it's going to take some time, like I said. All right, I shall return. All right, I'm back. Okay, that took about 15 minutes on this little mini computer. So, if you're going to do this, you got to wait till this all does its thing. Sometimes if you're watching this and it's not doing anything for a while, you think, what's going on with this computer? It's been stuck on whatever number it is for like 5 minutes now. You just take your time, let it run its course. And when it's done, at least what this computer did, this little popped up right there, FFTW planning complete. All of a sudden, boop, then Thetis popped up. Okay, now I know some people, they will restart the computer, reboot. What I'm going to do here is, let's sling this up here. I'll probably, you know what, I got to put this down. I got to get my Hermes hooked up, get the Ethernet cable hooked up. So let's expand the screen. All right, there it is. There's a default setup. Like I said, I did not touch anything. Bring the computer, fresh install. All right, I'll be back. Just for being on the safe side, I'm going to restart the computer. I'm going to shut this down and then get my get the Hermes connected to the computer, and then from there we'll hook up that microphone. All right, I shall be back. All right, here we go. Got the computer restarted. All right, so first step, let us go ahead. Actually, wait, before I go further, I got the Ethernet cable hooked up from, the Hermes Light 2 Plus. We're not going to actually be using any of the 2 Plus portion, so we're just going to call it the Hermes. All right, Hermes Light. All right, Ethernet cable from the Hermes Light into the computer. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on the Hermes Light. I usually give this just, I don't know, like 15 seconds. Make sure she's communicating. Everybody has their own methods. Okay, let's go ahead in here. Let's open up Thetis for the HL2. Double click. Wait for that to boot up. Okay, like I said, you don't mind on. I'll give it like 15 seconds just to make sure it's communicating. Because if you turn it on too quick, you'll get that error in starting SDR radio thing will pop up on the screen. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and power this on. Now, the only thing, I did a test run of this, and the only thing I touched on here, I changed the frequency. I changed it put it into the commercial AM band, and right now it's hooked into my 160 meter sky loop antenna, just to verify we got it received. Okay, I'm going to do a couple things here first. Let's turn this on to verify. All right. Right now, I have my, you can say I don't hear anything. Right now I have my Bugami boombox hooked into the headphone jack of my little mini computer. I'm going to come over here. All right, as you can tell, you're not hearing anything. All right, so first thing we have to do, let's go into Setup. Okay, under the General tab, a Hardware Select, there's a drop-down tab. Right now I'm using a Hermes Light. I have that selected. Okay. Now let's go, it's real important here too. I was going to go into the Transmit tab. Me personally, I'm going to go ahead and click on Autosave TX Profile on Thetis Close. That was going to save everything when you close everything out. Some people say you have to hit Apply or OK. Either or, just in case, hit Apply. All right, now let's go into, you're going to notice something here. I'm going to go into the VAC. Right there, I'm going to turn this on. You're going to hear the audio coming through the computer monitor. Okay, you really don't want that. Okay, so to get the Bugami boombox, I'm going to come over here on my computer. I'm going to hover over the little speaker icon. I'm going to right click and then left click sound settings. Okay, it's going to come up. I'm going to click on headphones. This is my computer settings. Okay, minimize that. Let's turn on the VAC right here. And there we go. Let's roll this up so let's get the center of the screen here and click on C Tune. There we go, get it tuned in.
Sleep better tonight with Rough Greens.
I'm going to zoom all the way out so you can see the screen. And there we go.
Welcome back to This Week on Capitol Hill. I'm Tony Perkins, your host.
Here's the volume here. Turn this up.
All right, continuing our conversation conversation with House Speaker Mike Johnson, who represents the 4th Congressional District of the Bayou State. Mr. Speaker, thanks for ssticking around.
All right, another thing here.
Okay, let's
turn this
talk,
down.
United Nations, the president.
Let's go into setup.
Typical style.
Let's go into general. Where is that? Okay, right here. Hermes Light. Click on extended if you want to use this. Well, kind of unlock it. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one hand here. My hand's getting tired. All right. Next thing, we're going to go into the transmit tab. Or, hold on. Where is this? Oh, where'd it go? See, even I'm, where is that stuck plucker here? Oh, yeah. It's under general and then PA control. Right here, you want enable PA. Sorry, my hand's shaking here, trying to hold it with one hand. There you go. So that's under general. And then PA control. And then PA, and then click on enable PA. All right, we should be set up for transmit. Okay, that's the only thing I did. All right, you're watching this live. All right, let's go ahead and get this microphone hooked up. And then, yeah, I'll connect this to a dummy load. And then we'll fire up my non. I'm going to put that in receive. So we're going to be transmitting on my station. This is my station B. And we'll be receiving on my station A over here. So we're going to hear the transmit. But first, let's get that microphone hooked up. All right, here we go. About ready to do some transmitting. All right, next step was I took that microphone out of the box. I merely hooked up the cable that it came with. Plugged that in the back. It's USB-C. I'll put the little windsock on there. Oh, don't fall. All right. Then it comes up and going right into my B-Link mini computer. Right now, I did not touch a thing in Thetis. And I'm getting, getting audio. Now, we'll have to say this, though. I did check one more box. Right there, the autosave TX profile on change. That's going to come into play here in a second. So always, no matter what audio profile you pop in here, always make sure that VAC1 button is lit up. Okay, so I'll show you. We're going to start populating the profiles into the drop-down tab here. All right, so to do that, I'm going to close that out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go to setup. Set up again. Okay, make sure you're in the transmit tab. And right here, here's all the preset audio profiles. So let's go through, let's pick some. Let's go to, I'll pop an AM, click on that, include. Yes. Okay, what's it going to do? It's going to pop that into this drop-down tab. Okay, now you'll notice when that profile change, that VAC1 button is off. So you have to re-engage this. All right, that button's going to pop up there. So next time we come back to it, it's going to remember, it's going to engage that VAC1. All right, let's go down here. Down the list. Boy, this is hard to do with one hand. I have no idea what conventional is. Include. Yes. Okay, popped it down in here to our drop-down tab. Start filling this. And once again, the new audio profile, make sure you re-engage this. And because that one box is checked, next time we go back to it, it's going to remember to turn the VAC1 on. Okay, continue here. Let's do that D104C, whatever that is, include. Yes. Okay, engage the VAC1. Okay, let's continue down. To ESSB, include, yes. We're going to make sure that's re-engaged, the VAC1. Okay, let's move on down the list here. I don't know, how about sideband 3K CFC, include, yes. Make sure that VAC1 is on. Okay, I'll do 3.3 CFC, include. Yes. Make sure that's lit up. Okay, keep going on down here. I'll do the AM10K CFC, include. Yes. And I'm going to make sure that is engaged. All right, what I'm going to do here, let's go back to the default. Let's see all those I selected now in this drop-down tab. Let's go to default. Okay, so we'll start off with this. I'm going to shout these out as I go. So what I'm going to do here, hi, we're going to be transmitting out of Hermes Light 2, obviously. It's going to come down here into this dummy load. Okay, now on receive, We're going to be receiving on my station A, which is my Anon 7000 DLE Mark II. I'm going to be receiving on that screen right there. I'm going to get the screen capture software going. Okay, so I'm going to shout these out as I go, and you'll be able to hear each one. Okay, now yeah, there's going to be in receive, and right there's coax from my Anon. Right now I just have an alligator clip on there, just a little piece of wire deck, like a little antenna, so it can, pick up, if that dummy load is radiating out. Simple pimple. Alright, here we go. This is out of the box. I have not touched a thing. I didn't do any adjustments to the audio here. All this drivers, input driver, this is all default. Did not touch a thing. Alright, let's get into it. Let's check out these profiles.
Okay, here we go. The first profile we're going to use is the SSB 3.3 CFC profile. Like I did a test recording of this, and somewhere in this microphone, keep in mind this is a very, very inexpensive microphone, just to show you that you can get some decent audio with the simplest and cheapest of gear. But there's a lot of compression happening somewhere in there, but I'm not going to correct it. I just want to go through and see how this is out of the box, untouched by human hands. So these profiles right here, you don't have to stick with these. You can modify them and then rename them. So for right now, this is a SSB 3.3K CFC profile. I'm going to open this up a little bit. I'm going to modify it. I'm going to take this up to at least 4KC. Stand by. Okay, I lied. This is 5. I took it up to at least 5. It's 50-50. So that's the only thing I did on here. You can modify this. This is the modified SSB 3.3 CFC. And the only thing I did was I modified the high frequency band pass. I bumped it up to right now, I don't know, it's at 50-50 on there. I meant to put it at 5,000, but there it is. You can modify these. All right, let's move along here. Let's go to the next one. Let's do the AM profile. Okay, this is AM and knocked it down to 4K, low 0, high 4,000, and pretty much there's nothing on here. There's no EQing. I'm looking at the screen on Thetis. There's no CFC and no EQ. This is pretty much straight microphone. No EQing whatsoever on this very inexpensive microphone. All right, let's go to next profile here. Let's check out the AM 10K with the CFC. Stand by. All right, here we go. This is the AM 10K CFC audio test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there it is, as out of a box as you can possibly get. So it looks like there's a little bit of compression in there. What else did Thetis do here? Right now there's no EQing on there and a little bit of CFC in there, but there you go. Let's go back to the what was that, ESSB? What did I do? 3.3. All right, back to here. This is a single sideband 3K CFC that I modified the high frequency on the band pass filter, low 50, high 50, 50. All right, let's wrap this up, and I'll end it with the cell phone view.
All right, there you go. Not bad at all for just everything being right out of the box and untouched. So as you notice, once again, no fancy computer, no fancy VST, Virtual Studio Technology audio processing, no fancy microphone. It's just a very inexpensive USB mic plugged right into my little mini computer. Yeah, I didn't even have to download any drivers for this microphone. Plug it in and there you go. Up on the screen here, there's the virtual audio cable 1 setup. I didn't touch any of that. That was already loaded up, ready to go. So there it was. And also you notice too that I left, I didn't really edit, well I did edit the video, but I left in all the parts where I was kind of stutter stepping on, where I couldn't remember a few things, just to show you that I can't remember everything either. There's a lot of tabs in here, and so yeah, I'm far from perfect, so sometimes it takes me a while to remember where things are. So I just left that in there, just to show you that, yeah, I've been using this for a long time, and even I have trouble remembering. But there it is. Maybe if you do decide to do this, have fun experimenting with these. Hold on, go back over here. All these audio profiles right here that I show you. You can modify them, experiment with that, learn a little bit about the audio, and once you get comfortable, maybe someday slide into a VST, Virtual Studio Technology software, like my Cakewalk by BandLab, or there's many others out there that will do the job. So, you know, all right, man. Well, I hope everybody kind of nudge people towards this stuff. It's great. especially this Thetis software is amazing. So I don't know, taking baby steps and yeah, slide on into it. All right, I'm out of here. KP68. I'm free and clear.